Okay, the Eyesores are going to be going live here shortly. We're in Manny's backyard, the Hank's backyard annual barbecue. Coming out if you're not doing anything here in Oakland. Lots of great food, lots of great music, lots of great bands. Come on out.
One day we're drinking beers and late dinner, and the owner of Lumen like sitting between Lyle, Dago, and Manny, and they're both talking to and then our roommate are just like drinking beers.
Yeah, we're gonna do sound check real quick now that we're tuned up. Yeah, the Eyesores are gonna rock this shit.
You can take horses and you can take the rich people take helicopters. Metalhead. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, but
What?
let me know when you're ready. Going down with us. Coming back up.
Okay. My cord kept coming unplugged here, but I got it resolved.
Yeah, we walked so fucking way.
Okay.
So here's the deal, bro.
Cool.
Here's the deal. That's what I meant. Goddamn it.
Yep. All right.
The walk back, we started at like 3 in the morning. At the top, it took forever. Like, we just wanted to die. Then we had all these Indian $10 Gatorades. And we were like,
Is that it too?
yes, please, I'll take all of them. That was rad. It was cool.
You're playing that's in the wrong key.
It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Greg, so I'm sure maybe it's I don't know. But you don't really go so camping. You kind of well you're on a river.
The beach.
Yeah, it's waterfalls and all that shit.
Man, that's really cool.
The only time we actually came in contact with the village is walking through the village, and a horse like came up to us like 2 in the morning. You're like, yeah, like, yeah, it was
You gonna grab something real quick from over there? You want anything? Or you good? Another beer?
Now we're
Oh,
on.
okay.
No, I just opened it.
There it is. That was really weird. Mr. Butter Grinch in the house. It's time for unleashing the monstrosity.
Just saw Grinch here a second ago. Welcome to the show, Grinch. We love the Grinch.
We love you, Mr.
There he
Grinch.
is. Grinch.
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 Fuck yeah!
Fuck yeah, the Grinch.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, now for a more complicated number we did. It took a long time to write this one. Blind Guy! Anyone just want to do that?
Lawrence, when he does that.
Yeah, blind guy.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the second time with no practice, the cum-filled cow.
Drink your milk.
Can you feel it in the air? In the morning, it all still clean. Gotta be the reason with the smile for clear. Pockets looking through, the smile is the steam. Stuck around his neck, and I'm around. Don't worry, there's more.
Plenty more where that came from. More than one drum? Yeah. You need one? Okay. Slow it down a bit.
Fudge Cruncher, Sock Hopper, Slugger Bubble. For you, starring our sort of newer lead guitarist, the Butcher. Next, Snooze God. How many more? All right, we got two more for you. Gonna kick back and have some of this yummy barbecue that we so much gratefully support.
Yeah, we worked up quite a hunger here on the stage.
Hey, you found it.
That's so
How about golf? Oh. Okay.
There's Campbell, something to say.
His name is Metalhead, but we call him G because he's the guy from the restaurant who we always see. Forget that he's a kid, but that's okay. Oh yeah, like I don't have to sing about the whole double thing. Hey!
Tony.
Thank you. Special thanks to Manny for putting these on and all his hospitality.
Yeah, Manny! Woo!
We love you guys.
I was glad it was better than last year.
Every year gets better and better.
That's true. Fucking wonderful people here. Thank you all for coming. Hi, man. Tony finally gets the tunes going. What the fuck, bro? Oh, sorry. I love Tony.
Where's DJ Ted? I'm using my phone.
You see the color of your weed? Okay, well, anyway. Thank you all for coming. Up next, we're going to have the Rowdy Boys. Fucking Rowdy Boys. So glad. Fucking. I played with them at, what was it? Eagle. On my birthday. It just happened to be Wednesday. What a great show.
And I didn't put them on the poster. Right. Maybe that's a good thing.
Rowdy Boys.
Tony Kelso?
Lousy ass free Spotify when I could have brought my tape down. For free again. For free I can't complain. I just gotta put out.
Number one. Got rid of it. Good.
Bench rider. You gotta go like this, so when you bench rider.
I don't think that. Like your shorts.
How you doing?
Oh yeah, you guys do match. Almost.
Everybody's very happy today and last night. Well, one of my nephews, like, for Christmas, I was getting these, gave me these, but they were like long. I was like, I'm just gonna cut them off.
That's pretty cool.
Turn them into shorts, that way I can ride bikes, Because that's my main transportation is bicycles. But also, I thought it would look cooler if I cut them.
Yeah, mine too, and it's I owned a house here before I owned a car, so I still own the truck, but it mostly takes me to the beach and when it's my turn to drive to gigs. Yeah, pretty much everything else is done on bike. My nephew and his wife are having a kid, so my mom is now going to be a great grandma, which is a trip to me.
What's up?
So my nephew and his wife are having a kid, which now means my mom will be a great grandma, which is a trip to me. Like, I don't have any kids. My sister had kids. My sister had 2 kids, but that's it. She's a little bit old.
A trip to the kids.
Yeah. My sister's a little bit older than me from when my dad was first married, but I'm my mom's only kid. I'm my dad's second kid. But yeah, I was like, whoa, my mom's gonna be a great grandma. Holy shit.
Yeah, my mom was a great grandma before she went out. But she died last year at the age of 94.
Oh wow.
So she got pretty far.
What a man.
94 is a good age.
I think anybody that gets out of the 70s is doing great. Like my mom is 76 and she had some scares. My dad died when he was 72. He had cancer. And my mom, I mean, her mom lived into her 80s too, so I mean, it could happen. It's
a woman. She's about 100. I think she's 101, and she's running like marathons.
I read that there's a new Guinness World Record for the dead hang. Where you just drop your body weight from a bar and you hang. You know who got it? A 96-year-old woman in Texas who's vegan. And so she's the first. She's not the first woman to get the record, but she is absolutely the the previous oldest record was somebody like in their 50s. Yeah, so she's like clear and by far.
And she won.
Yeah, and she's not a body, but she does work. She said she does work out, but like, you know, she doesn't. She's never been like a body, like a strength person. You know, just.
That's impressive.
But I was like, whoa, that's interesting. Like, I don't. She says that is part of her regimen. Her training is hanging. Like, she's like, oh, I already do that like every day. Like, so I was like, wow. It's like, that's cool. My grandma lived to be 104, and she was good up until about maybe. I remember talking to her, and she was real clear, like talking to her, you know, real, just like we're talking right now. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, I haven't been feeling too good lately. And that was like the only time, you know. You know, it's like the only time she really ever would say something like that, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, she passed away maybe a little about a week later, you know. But she's, you know, she's old.
Oh no, yeah.
And I remember my dad told me, he's like, hey, look, like, you know, this, you know, my family's in Virginia, and I've lived here for 20 years, and so I remember he was like, hey, if you want to make plans to get on a plane, you might want to start, you know, their doctors, you know, so it was cool, you know, in that sense. But yeah, I just remember she lived on her own until she was 98. And then she was like, I think it would be cheaper for me to live in assisted living than to have, you know, somebody cut the grass, somebody has to, like, you know, I have 2 people come by every week for this. Like, she was gardening it into her 90s. That was it. And then she stopped. Lived alone. She was like, I'm afraid if I fall.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't like the apps and everything like now, but
Yeah, you gotta be careful when you're that age and you fall down. You know? My grandma was just a tiny little old lady, and she fell in the home that she was staying in, one of those assisted living homes.
How you doing, Tony?
And, she broke her hip in the place in the shower, and she recovered, but you know, you could tell she was getting there.
Hello?
yeah.
She was about 80. Oh no, my grandma was about 90. My grandpa passed away at about 83.
Just hello? Yep, check 1,
Yeah, you know, that lady that's 100 and something. I think she's like 104.
Yeah.
And she looks like she's 60. There's a video of her running.
Yeah, I've
She's
seen a
like
lot.
running on the beach, and she's in like she looks like she's 60 something.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting her arms up and like it's incredible.
I was getting lunch at El Far. I
Alien.
was getting lunch at El Farlito. Well, I go there all the time, but recently, and there was this older man in front of me, and
Dealing with commercials here.
I guess he saw me. He was like, "Hey, I saw you, you know, lock up your bike," and I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "I'm 78, and 4 years ago I fell, and when I went to physical therapy, my doctor told me to stop riding my bike because he said I'm too old, and if I could get hurt more." And he was like, "That's the worst advice I ever." He's like, "That's the second worst advice I ever had, and the first worst is I believed it." So don't listen to anybody that ever tells you that, ever, please. And I was like, damn, dude, thanks for talking. And he was like, he's like, I might not live, you know, another 10 more weeks, but I'm gonna tell like, if they ever tell you that,
Like a heart thing or something?
he didn't say, but it was just this older, like, Hispanic man, and he was like, hey, ever tell you that, like, just be careful. Be careful.
Oh, John Riccatelli, Rat Rider. What's up, buddy? Thank you for watching us. Whoever's watching. Palermo. Dude, if you're not over here at Manny's, get on over here. You're missing on all of the music and food. Monty, what's up, brother? Anyway, it's a big party here, as you can see. See all the people here. The whole backyard full, so
Except for swimming, you know, biking the only other thing is really not high impact.
hopefully all my Skeleton Crew members are watching this. And we'll see what great event this is going to be to play when we end up playing here. Shut off, gotta save my battery. Thank you all for tuning in.